I want to quickly talk to you about Cash App for Business. Everything you need to know this year to make sure that the implementation of Cash App Business is really set up properly in your company. Okay, so here's an overview I want you to pay attention to. So Cash App's a business account, also known as Cash for Business, lets you actually get paid by customer credit cards, debit cards, prepaid cards, and Cash App transfers. So if you have a business, you want to really explore other ways to actually get paid real fast. Okay, it's all about expanding the avenues for revenue for your business. And so for Cash App transfers, you can simply share your Cash App QR code, cash tag, email, or phone number associated with your account. So what I want to really explain into this conversation, I want to explain to you step by step the transparent payment processing fees levied by this peer-to-peer payment platform. And you can also transfer your revenue to your bank account for free. Even instant deposits are free. That's the cool thing about Cash App for Business, because you have this sort of flexibility there. And now you can also integrate with Cash App and dozens of other payment platforms with all kinds of business checking accounts. Okay, and the cool thing is that you are able to get things done a lot faster. And so when you think about the Cash App for Business, I want you to think about the features such as no monthly fee. So you have you're not really paying anything at all to a Cash App. You are able to accept debit and credit cards. You can accept Cash App fund transfers, and you also have a free instant deposit. So this free instant deposit is kind of cool because some P2P platforms will charge you for this instant deposits. Okay, now let me just break it down for you in terms of how Cash for Business works. One thing for sure, Cash App is owned by a block formerly called Square. Okay, and so Cash App is one of the most popular peer-to-peer payment platforms in the US. And it also offers free business accounts for users. And instead, it charges transaction fees when processing payments from your customers. So your customers can pay you with any of the following: debit, credit, or a prepaid card. So you have Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express. That's pretty good. And you are going to love the flexibility that comes with Cash App for Business, because if your customers are already Cash App users, then they can simply look you up with your registered email, phone number, or a cash tag. And Cash App also generates unique URLs and QR codes that you can share with your customers. So when you are ready to deposit your revenues into your main bank account, you can initiate a bank transfer. And unlike competitors like Venmo, Cash App offers a free instant transfers, and kind of similar to other peer-to-peer platforms. Cash App is required by the IRS to generate a 1099-K form to all cash for business profiles that transacted $600 or more in revenue per year. I want to talk to you quickly about the details here. When you think about Cash App for Business, this is actually a detailed walkthrough. Okay, so I want to first do a little compare and contrast between Cash App for Business versus personal account, because let's say if you're a solopreneur, if you're a small business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, maybe you might want to keep your personal Cash App account, or maybe you switch to a business bank account. What's in it for you? So what are the key differences? Business payments have a 2.75 processing fee automatically deducted on each payment received, so 2.75%. And Cash for Business accounts do not need to pay an instant deposit fee. So that's really that deposit fee, the instant deposit fee is waived on the business accounts. And business are required to report over $600 in commercial payments annually to the IRS when received via Cash App. Okay, and this is important to think. So at its core, Cash App actually remains a peer-to-peer financial solution that enables the users to send and receive payments to other Cash App users for business and personal transactions. And Cash App works at a fast pace, so users can send and receive money quickly for, let's say, personal payments from friends and families. And since its creation, Cash App has expanded its solutions to include Cash App for Business for small business owners and entrepreneurs. See, the thing is that when Cash App started, it was actually started for B2C sort of transactions, so business to consumers, and then now it really expanded. It became a C2C, C2B, like it really expanded. Okay, and generally, Transactions on Cash App are free. However, if users opt for instant transfers to, let's say, bank accounts, those transactions do incur a small fee, 1.5%, with a minimum of 25 cents for the transfer amount. However, and I think I've said this before, but I want to insist on that, Cash for Business does not charge instant transfer fees. Okay, instead, Cash for Business automatically charges a flat processing fee of 2.75% on incoming business transactions. Okay, and with Cash App for Business, small business owners and independent contractors like you and me can send and receive business related payments via Cash App. So this is kind of cool. However, both personal accounts and businesses can set their own Cash App QR code or a cash tag to accept payments from peers, customers, and clients. And Cash App also has its own debit card, the Cash Card, that personal and business accounts can use for transactions requiring a card. Now, I want to talk to you about why should you get a Cash App business account versus a personal account? Well, if you have a business, when it comes to deciding on Cash App business versus personal, this is the first thing to consider, right? If you have your own business, you may want to get a business bank account, that's for sure. So Cash App for Business offers this solution to our customers to accept payments from customers and or suppliers, vendors, or employees. Remember, it's always a great idea to keep your business and personal accounts separate, right? You want to segregate those affairs, your personal affair versus your business affair. So this division of accounts will help you when tax time comes and prevent any mix-ups or also extra manual work. So when you think about the key differences between Cash App for Business and Cash App Personal, it's really understand that when you have Cash App for Business, this is best for business transactions from customers and clients. You are required to report over $600 in commercial payments annually to the IRS if received via Cash App. You have a 2.75 processing fee automatically deducted on each payment received, and so you are not paying any instant deposit fee. For Cash App Personal, this is best for personal transactions from friends and families. There is no obligation to report personal payments for a tax purpose, no processing fees for incoming payments, and Cash App for personal accounts need to pay a 1.5% for instant transfer transactions. So one thing for sure, I mean, you really have to think about whether or not you have to really you can do the back and forth between business and personal. I mean, in other words, can a Cash App business account send money to a personal account? Yes, of course. You can link, for instance, your Cash App business account to your business bank account to receive your revenue. Again, remember that Cash App was created to actually streamline the peer-to-peer transfer sort of conduit, right? And also, so if you want to increase your avenues for revenue, Cash App business account can really help you, whether you send money to it or send money from it. So if you are a freelance or a sole trader, you can send your business revenue to a private checking account. However, you should speak with a tax professional about how to properly report your earned income on a yearly basis, especially when you file your Form 1040. So I want to insist on the fact that when you have a Cash for Business, you have a pretty streamlined payment processing fees. Okay, a set of streamlined payment processing fees. The app will only charge you a percentage fee when customers pay you through the app, and Cash for Business charges a flat fee regardless of payment type. So credit card transactions, 2.75%, debit card transactions, 2.75%, and Cash App transfers, 2.75%. So I want to talk to you now about the setup here. So how do you change to a Cash App to a Cash for Business account? Step number one, you want to click on the profile icon. So tap the profile icon in the top right of the home page. Okay, and so that's the first step. Pretty straightforward, nothing really complicated here. Step number two, you want to click on Personal. So tap Personal to bring up your personal account details. And step number three, and you want to click on Switch. So you will see in green written, scroll to the bottom to switch to a Cash for Business profile. And step number four, you want to read the terms. So the terms are really important because the terms of payments, because now that you are switching to a business account, you're going to have a new set of terms and conditions. Okay. So you want to read the terms of payments and the final step, and you just need to click accept the terms and begin transacting. And one thing for sure, whether you should actually go this year, I mean, you should switch this year or next year, or I mean, whatever. You really always have to ask yourself, where does the majority of my payments come from? Do my customers have a Cash App? Or my customers are only paying through credit cards, debit cards, or through a Cash App transfers? Because the whole thing is, for you to actually implement a Cash App for your business, has to match your operational activities, has to match your economic goals, right? If the majority of your customers are using Cash App, then it really will make sense for you to really implement Cash App for a business this year, right? I mean, the whole thing is that you want to really streamline the whole process, and you want to make it easy for your customers to pay you. And if it's the whole thing is, if you have a pretty easy checkout process, a pretty streamlined checkout process, you are actually increasing your chances of having more revenue, increasing potentially your cash inflows, because more customers customers love efficiency, but customers, most importantly, they love ease of use. If you're selling something, no matter how great your product is, your service is, if your checkout process is pretty complicated, you're going to lose revenue. If not in the short term, you are going to lose revenue in the long run. So Cash App actually is a great conduit to accelerate the payments processes, and you want to make sure that you can really switch to a business account real fast, so you can make things easier for your customers. I want to talk to you about the evaluation here. We are also speaking about Cash App for business, and I want to talk to you quickly about the pros and cons of this service, and really see whether or not you should consider having it this year. Whether you are a small business owner, you are a solopreneur, you are a freelancer, or you have this sort of a business mentality. Okay, I want to first talk to you about the advantages of Cash App business account, and then I'll speak about the disadvantages, because again, there is always a flip side to every coin anyway. Let's first talk about the advantages. So you have free instant deposits, you have unlimited transactions, and you have cheap credit card processing. I mean, the cheap credit card processing is a big one, because think about it. Venmo is charging 3% on credit cards, while Stripe charges 2.9%. So Cash App's 2.75% is below the industry average when it comes to processing credit cards. Now, you might be thinking that the delta is kind of small. It's not. Because if you process thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue every month or quarter, one percentage point, 1 basis point, 20 basis point, 100 basis point are going to matter when it comes to your cash inflows and cash outflows. So that's a lot of savings there, okay? And in terms of unlimited transactions, on unverified personal accounts, Cash App limits transactions to $1,000 per 30-day period. With a business account, you won't get flagged for high transaction rates. And you have also a free instant deposit. So many competitors will take 1 to 3 days to deposit money to your bank account for free and charge an optional fee for instant transfers. Cash App waives that fee altogether. So those are some of the pros of Cash App here. What about the cons here? Well, first of all, you have high debit card and cash transfer fees, no high-risk businesses, and no analytics software. So when I speak about no high-risk businesses may be prohibited from using Cash App if they are risky in nature. Okay, this includes virtual pharmacies, gambling, telemarketing, and other high-risk industries such as adults, for instance. Okay, something to really think about. And when I say no analytics software, this is a biggie, because some payment processing software like Stripe have advanced software that tracks and analyzes your revenues and spending habits. So to get access to the best apps available, consider actually maybe opening a business checking account with a third-party bank, either a neobank or just traditional bank. And when I speak about high debit card and cash transfer fees, Well, the flat 2.75% levied by Cash App is actually above industry average for debit cards, prepaid cards, and cash transfers. So Venmo charges 1.9% plus 10 cents, for example, and Stripe takes 0.8% for payments by ACH direct debits. So it's one of those things where you have, when it comes to pricing, Cash App for Business has a flat, transparent pricing, but it's not actually applicable to all situations. So how do you actually change from Cash App personal to business and vice versa? Well, the thing is that with Cash App, you can easily change your account from personal to business easily if you have the app. Everything happens actually if you have the app. I mean, a lot faster if you have the app. And the process is free, okay? Now, please note that you will always need to create a personal Cash App account before you can create a Cash for a business profile because the thing is the Cash App does not allow you to go straight into a Cash for business. You always start with a Cash App account personally, the personal account, okay? And so here is how you can change your Cash App personal to Cash for business. You want to download the Cash App and create a personal Cash App account with your email address and phone number. Again, you don't have to use the same phone number that you have on your mobile. So, some people actually have a phone number specifically dedicated for a Cash App, and others for their personal affair, like their private life. So you can actually have that also if you want to do it that way. So what will happen here is that from the app, you want to navigate to the profile icon on the home screen, located on the top right of the screen, okay? And so you want to go to personal or edit profile, and you will see an option to switch to a business account located at the bottom of the page. That's what I explained to you a little earlier. Now the thing is that depending on the device that you are using, the configuration might be a little different, okay? And but the thing is that Cash App will ask you to complete actually some prompts as a final product as the final part of the process. And once you have switched from a personal to a business account on Cash App, you will actually see a green, let's say a green building icon next to your profile information. That means that you are officially now recognized as a Cash App, or let's say a Cash for Business account. So you can follow the same set of steps to switch back from a business account to a personal account if you decide that you no longer need a Cash for a Business account. So that flexibility, that seamlessness, I get it. Seamlessness is actually pretty good because it makes it very easy to actually switch back and forth when you are using a Cash App, and this helps in the long run because you are able to be more sustainable as a customer. So what are the alternatives here? So when you think about Cash App for business, of course you have a lot of players in a very crowded field, okay? And so you have PayPal, you have Venmo, that's for sure. And one thing for sure, you also have Apple Cash, okay? But I want to really focus today on PayPal and Venmo. So basically, if you are looking into other options to hold both business and personal accounts, we have a few options that can help you. And so PayPal has been involved in the online payment space since the dawn of e-commerce 25 years ago. And so for this reason, the company enjoys a fair amount of trust and trust from customers. For this reason, potential customers choose PayPal quite often as a payment method, right? It's all about flexibility, but most importantly, it's all about trust and accountability also. So when it comes to getting a business account with PayPal, the potential customer needs to understand a few key factors that will impact their experience. So first of all, you have trust. On the positive side, consumers are 2 times more likely to select PayPal at checkout because of the trust. And PayPal takes in-person payments, so that's kind of cool. So whether you have an online store or a brick and mortar company, you are in good hands with PayPal, and you have integrations with e-commerce outlets and other business tools. So that's kind of cool also in terms of efficiency. Now on the minus side, PayPal is pretty expensive. So you have payment transactions fee of 3.49% plus 49 cents, and you have currency conversion fee 3 to 4% service charge. So that's really high. What about Venmo? Venmo came onto the scene about a decade ago with college students sending payments back and forth, And now Venmo has become a mainstay of the payments industry. So while the company is known for serving everyday consumers, they now offer a business account. So you have basically a pretty good sort of reputation in the B2C space, which means that companies' customers will trust sending to your account. It's pretty easy to set up, very nothing complicated. And basically, Venmo sends a 1099K tax form after getting $600 in earnings. Okay. And on the flip side, Venmo is available only in the US. There is no instant transfer option. It's only available for viewing on mobile devices. And this is no recurring payments solution. As a recap here, in today's conversation, I spoke to you about the Cash App for Business. I give you the overview, the details, the setup, the evaluation, the alternatives, and now the recap. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.